Yeah, great. So, good morning, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. So, I welcome you all to the 74th meeting of Toastmaster for Professional. I hope you are all doing great and ready for the excitement to come. So, before starting the meeting, let me state some ground rule. So, please put yourself on mute if you are not speaking, and please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. Don't interrupt while someone is speaking, and encourage speakers with your warm smiles and claps. We as a Toastmaster Club provide a positive and supportive learning experience to our club members so that they can build their self-confidence that can help in their personal life as well as their communication skills. With this, I officially announce the meeting as open and hand over the stage to our presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sihas. Toastmaster Sihas, stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajat. A warm welcome to all our visiting Toastmasters, guests, and members of Toastmasters for Professional. First of all, I would like you to thank you for your patience because we ran into some non-planned or unexpected glitches, which is bound to happen, especially on an online environment. So thank you for the patience while we were able to fix those things. So as you see that we have a small slight change in our agenda where we had to like switch some role plays because due to some conditions that were not in our control. That basically means that it gives an opportunity to Toastmasters to wear different hats. So you run into a meeting and you are all of a sudden the guy who was supposed to present was not there and you are asked to step up. So how do you do that? So this particular platform gives you an opportunity to practice that so that you don't mess up in a real life. We learn and we implement something that I am trying to do by covering for Catherine. So this is one of the hat or the opportunity that Postmaster provide, that too in a supportive environment where no one is judging you. People are there to give you feedback, which will help you become a better version of yourself. Toastmasters for Professional has members from different geographies and different demographics and different backgrounds, which basically means that we can learn from each other and see how people from different geographies interact with each other, thereby helping us build our communication skills too, and thereby develop as a better leader. We have our meeting in a regular schedule manner. That is, we will have our prepared speeches and table topics. Today we have our Toastmaster of the day today is a banking professional, a senior member of our club, a DTM. And he is currently working as a senior manager or a VP for one of our major banks in India. And he's come up with a very interesting topic, the magic of believing. I will let him do the justice to this particular theme by introducing himself, by calling him to the stage. Toastmaster Pramod, all yours, and all the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shihas. Mr. Presiding Officer, fellow and future Toastmasters, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This topic is a very common topic for Toastmasters, the power of belief. But it is not very common to common person. In Toastmasters, what we do is we try to believe in ourselves. We also tell other people to believe in themselves. And eventually, this topic was not selected by me. When Rajat texted me, can you be the TMOD next week? I said yes. Then he suggested a topic also. And incidentally, I was studying something called neuro-linguistic programming. I don't know how many of you have heard about NLP before. Okay, yeah, there are so many people in Toastmasters. They are NLP coaches, practitioners, masters, etc. I was very curious to understand what it is. I'll just sum up NLP in just one sentence. It believes that whatever you really want to progress in your life is already there within you or within your reach. That's what NLP says. If I want to find a solution to a problem, the problem is already within me, or even Catherine can suggest the solution for that problem. I just need to reach out to Catherine. That's what NLP. I can sum up NLP in one line, but it is more than that. But today I'm going to talk about beliefs. The power of belief, when we say, it can be positive and it can be negative also. When I was a child, when I was studying in school, I had a belief that I couldn't fare well in mathematics. And it so happened that I ended up with my 10th standard with the poor ratings for mathematics. I got very low marks for mathematics. The same thing happened to my son also. He also believed that he is not good in mathematics. Had I known NLP much before my 10th standard, or had I understood this philosophy of belief much before that, I could have changed my fate at least in one subject for my 10th standard. I'll tell you how you can start believing in yourself with a positive mindset and change your life and change your destiny, change your career, change your Toastmasters journey, everything. So it's a Toastmasters meeting. The TMOD has very limited opportunity here, but let me try to give you as much as information about this during this 2-hour session. And there are some guests. I would request Toastmaster Rajat, he is the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting, to conduct the guest introduction in 30 seconds per guest. Then we'll start with the structure of session. I'll inform you what is the structure of session. Over to you, Rajat.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod, to give me this opportunity to basically interact with our guests. And let me ask one by them. So I'll ask the Toastmaster Ajay, guest Ajay, to briefly introduce himself and tell us about objective and how he find out about our club, how he finds out about our club.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, everyone. Hi, my name is Ajay Jairam. I'm from San Jose, California. I'm lately been a CISO for a company, BrightDraw, which is a GM subsidiary. The goal for me was I do board presentations. I do presentations many places, but there is always this challenge of journey before the presentation that you get into that same rhythm of same issues of fear and anxiety. And the journey towards, if I have a meeting coming up 2 weeks from now, the whole 2 weeks is spent on anxiety and fear. So I was suggested by one of my coaches to go and try out Toastmaster, where it provides you this safe place for you to continue to practice. So my goal here is to just figure out which is the best Toastmaster for me. So I'm trying out many places, and I thought this is one of the places where for professionals I could come in and see if it's the right fit for me, and also it's the right fit for all of you to be part of your club here. So that's pretty much about me. And if you need to know anything specific, I could talk about it, but that's my brief introduction.
That's great. Thanks, Ajay, for sharing your journey. And Toastmaster is indeed the place to practice and remove that fear that we always face when we have to do public speaking or talk to people other. So be with us and let's know if you find this meeting interesting and would like to join us. And with this, let's talk to another other guest. I like to talk to Toastmaster Hardik. Toastmaster Hardik, where are you joining from, and give your 30-second brief introduction to us.
Morning and good evening to all ladies and gentlemen. I'm Toastmaster Hardik from Diamond City Toastmaster Club, Surat. have come to know about this meeting from DTM Pramod itself. And as he was the ex-member of our club, and we all members would love to listen to him. And the topic is also very much interested, NLP. That is the reason I joined the meeting. And I am banker by profession. Thank you.
Great. I welcome you, Toastmaster Hardik, to our meeting. Lot of bankers on the floor right now, so kind of quantitative discussion we might follow. With this, let's move to my next guest, Lucky. Guest Lucky, can you introduce yourself briefly to us?
Yeah, yes. Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon. I'm Lucky Daftuar from Gurgaon, Delhi. And I used to be a Toastmaster. I was president of Chalk Industry Toastmasters. I have, right now I'm not a Toastmaster, but I was just exploring a few clubs and I got to know about you club and I thought, let me join. I am a trainer by profession. I am founder of planmytrainings.com. And I have 20 years of experience in HR and training. So that's my brief introduction. Thank you.
Great. I welcome you to Toastmaster Lucky, because once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. There is no such a past Toastmaster, and would love to have you on board in our meeting. Be with us.
Yeah.
With
Thank
this,
you. Thank you.
yes. With this, let's move to our next guest, Toastmaster Prithvi. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
So, good morning, everyone. My name is Prithvi Shetty. I'm sorry, there's a there are noise in my background. So, I'm from Surat, India, and I'm also part of Diamond City Toastmasters Club along with Hardik, Toastmaster Hardik and Toastmaster Suvida. So, Toastmaster Hardik used to praise a lot about Toastmaster Pramod, the distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. So, I thought I'll just look into it. I'm going to work right now, so I may not be fully involved, but I'll be listening. And I'm a planning engineer in Larsen and Toubro. We build power plant equipment. So thank you.
Great to listen to you, Toastmaster Prithvi. Be with us and enjoy. And definitely our DTM Pramod is kind of superstar here. So everybody wants to join from his past Toastmaster club. With this, let's move on to our next guest, Jackie. Can you briefly introduce and tell the backstory about your sprinting to many Toastmaster club today?
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm from Queens, New York, originally, currently in Mexico City. I'm also in banking. 14 years experience as a fraud investigator as a consultant. So I worked at 14 different banks. During the pandemic, I kind of hacked the pandemic and was working in Mexico City, earning in dollars and living in pesos. So that gave me the freedom to take time off. And I am in a career transition, which is easier to do while being in Latin America compared to the United States right now. And I looked up Toastmasters on ChatGPT, gave me like 30 clubs. I narrowed it down to 5 meetings. This is my second one today. I have one more after this, and I look really forward to enhancing my skills with public speaking, because I'm moving into the spiritual modality and healing and holistic services. NLP is perfect for that because it has to do with psychology and, like the gentleman mentioned before, changing your fate. So I'm really excited and happy to be here. I think that's all about me. Thanks.
Great. Welcome, Jackie, in our meeting. And I hope that while you will be joining next meeting, you do not forget our meeting and finally ended up joining us only. With this, let's move on to our final guest. I think Subida remains. Subida, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Suvida. I'm also from the Diamond City Toastmasters Club, and just like Prithvi and Hardik. I just recently quit my job and came back to Surat. So I'm in the middle of a transitionary stage as well. I found out about this meeting because Toastmaster Hardik, our club president, had put up a link on our group. So I got curious and I decided to join and see how it is.
Great, Toastmaster Subidar, for joining us. And now, without further ado, let's put on the highlight our distinguished Toastmaster Pramod, Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. Over to you, Pramod.
Thank you, Rajat. Thanks for that elaborate guest introduction. I'm happy to see a lot of guests here in today's meeting at this morning hours. Let me just start this meeting by explaining the structure of this meeting. I'm pretty sure that you must know what is the structure of Toastmasters meeting. We follow a slightly different structure here. We have 3 sessions. The first session is of prepared speeches, and later the speeches will be prepared speeches. You know what is prepared speeches? There are projects. Based on those projects, speakers will come and deliver a speech 5 to 7 minutes, depending on different timings. Mostly it is 5 to 7 minutes. And these speeches will be later evaluated by senior Toastmasters, qualified senior Toastmasters in CRC method. And that is one. And the second session. And the third is the session of table topics session. This is the only session where guests can participate and they can also come forward and speak. And finally, there would be evaluations by role players. So after the evaluation, we'll conclude the meeting. And as TMOD, I am the Toastmaster of the day. My job is to facilitate the smooth transitioning of all these sessions from one to another, speeches and all. But I have a very good team of professionals here to support me. We have Toastmaster Catherine. She's the president and timer in today's meeting. Catherine, could you just briefly explain what is the role of the timer for the information of the guest and visiting Toastmasters?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramod. Toastmasters and guests, I will be your timer today, and the role of the timer is to time our speakers. For the prepared speeches, once your speech reaches its 5th minute, I will flash my green card. And once it reaches its 6.5 minute, I will flash the yellow card. And once the 7th minute is on, I will flash the red card, and you have 30 minutes to complete your speech. The same will go for the table topic speakers. At your 1st minute, I will flash the green card. At the 1.5 minute, I will flash the yellow. And at your 2nd minute, I'll flash the red until your 30 minutes are over. For the evaluators, I'll do the same at your 2nd, at your 2.5, and at your 3rd minute. And at the end of the meeting, I will give my report of how we've done on time. Over to you, Toastmaster Pramod.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for that crisp and sweet introduction about your role. Let me ask you a question. You can unmute and tell me, what is common for these 5 people? Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, Mozart, Marcel Proust, and Helen Keller. Stephen, you are thinking so much. You can come forward and answer the question. You are a doctor, definitely. Yes, please.
They were revolutionary pioneers in their craft.
Indeed, they are. But other than that, anything related to our topic today?
They had strong belief.
Yeah, I'll make it easy for you. The whole world believed that they couldn't do anything in their life, but they believed in themselves and changed their destiny. So I can't give you any more or any better example than this about the topic, the power of belief. I told you there are positive belief and negative belief. We have already completed 30 minutes in today's session. I think we need to rush a little bit. Just to open the Toastmasters meeting with the first powerful speech. Today, we have a guest Toastmaster, a visiting Toastmaster Vandana Deshpande. She is going to deliver her speech, and the evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Catherine Opondo. I would request Toastmaster Catherine Opondo to help us with the project and the speaker's introduction. Over to you, Catherine.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramod. Congratulations, Toastmaster Vandana, and thank you for offering to come and give a speech in our meeting. Vandana is attempting her project, level 1, project 3 of presentation mastery. And this is an introduction to vocal variety and body language. We will be looking out for how you use your body and your voice to portray your message. Your speech title is If Life Hands You Lemons. Vandana, I will be looking out to the tenets of a great speech, a great opening, a body, and an unforgettable conclusion. Over to you, Toastmaster Pramod.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Please, timer, please note the time allotted for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Am I right?
Yes, you were right.
And yes. Are you ready, Toastmaster Vandana?
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Rajat, please spotlight Toastmaster Vandana. Toastmaster Vandana.
I have only two hobbies. Number one, traveling, and number two, preparing to travel. I slightly like the latter. The reason is about the detailed itinerary, the color-coded itinerary, the packing list. I feel as though I am a master planner minus the stress of execution. Oh, but do I forget one thing every single time I travel? Good evening, good morning, my dear fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Every time when I travel, I carry one check-in bag and my trusty tote for the essentials. Now, it was a typical Dubai summer and we decided to travel to Edinburgh. On this trip though, I decided to just not take my tote, which has always my medicines, my makeup kit, and a book to read. Sometimes carry inflatable. I see plane seats ardently by chiropractors to ensure their future business. So to come back on this trip, I put everything in my check-in bag. We had a layover at Birmingham, and it was an 8-hour-long flight. I was fasting that day. I ate only fruits. While I was getting comfortable on the flight, my tummy started making some weird noise, as though my digestive system was rebelling. I lost count of how many times
We lost Vandana.
I thought it was just me. She cut off.
Yeah, we are not able to hear.
Are you able to hear me?
We can hear you. I think there might be a challenge with the coordination between the video and the sound.
Oh, so what do I do?
Would you
Vandana,
like
if you want to start from the beginning, you can start. Not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah, you can start, but make sure that your connection is
Is it
intact.
fine now? Is it fine now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. I have only two hobbies. One, preparing to travel. I enjoy the latter slightly more because that detailed packing list, the color-coded itinerary, I feel as though I am a master planner minus the stress of executing it. But oh, do I forget one small thing every time I travel? Good evening, good morning, my dear fellow Toastmasters. It was a typical Dubai summer, and we decided to travel to Edinburgh to escape the heat. When I travel, I carry one bag and my trusty tote to carry the essentials like my medicine to read. I always carry a neck pillow, the inflatable one, because I seriously believe that the plane seats are designed secretly by chiropractors to ensure their future business. Now, on this trip, though, I decided to do away with my tote. I put everything in a check-in bag. I thought I will get my medicines once I land. Off to the airport, and we checked in, boarded the flight. We had a layover at Birmingham. It 8-hour long flight, and I was fasting that day, so I ate only fruits. While comfortable on the flight, I heard my tummy making weird noise, as though my digestive system was rebelling. I lost count of how many times I visited the washroom. The flight attendant thought I was on a sightseeing tour of the Isles. Finally, we reached Birmingham. I was feeling okay. I felt crisis averted. I will be fine now, but I'm wrong. We boarded a flight to Edinburgh. Reached Edinburgh in the evening. I was a mess at that point of time. Exhausted, hungry, and just waiting for that long, hot shower. But that was too soon. I waited and waited and waited at the baggage carousel for my, but there was no my bag till the last bag arrived. We filed the missing baggage report and headed to the hotel. And I have experienced the joy of wearing clothes for 24 hours in an country. Next day, hunt for my blood pressure medicine began. We visited the farm and I was not carrying one. So we rushed to the nearest clinic to see the doctor and get the prescription. But the 3 doctors were apparently auditioning for some superhero role, and they were not ready walk-in mortals like us. Finally, we decided to go and do shop.
I think it's just cut out now.
I was not able to see the doctor, and I was not able to get my medicine. We reached the hotel and decided to book a walking. When life hands you lemon, we received our bags have been located and they will deliver them to the hotel. When I reached the reception, oh my God, the long lost luggage of mine, as though I was for taking my luggage for granted. I learned my lesson that I should carry always my medicines and my prescription with me. Are you guys traveling soon? Will you carry your medicines and prescription and an extra dress in your cabin bag? It's not out the luggage also. Here's the thing. We often take our relationships with our loved ones for granted. Today, take a moment, pick up, call your parents, your siblings, or your friends, and tell them how much you love them, how much you miss them. Be my extension with my medicine and prescription safely and securely inside. Let your expression of love and gratitude your extension today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vandana. I'm sure that Catherine must have pretty bad, tough time evaluating this speech. But having said that, let's pause for 30 seconds. 10 seconds for the guest to give feedback to the speaker. If you want to give any feedback, you can just directly send a message in the chat box, or you can directly send to the speaker in whatever way you wish to do that. Let's pause for 30 seconds. Rajat, you can just remove the spotlight from Toastmaster Vandana. Okay, great. It's time for the second speech. Speaker is a member of Toastmaster Professionals, and to introduce the speaker and the speech and the project, I would request his evaluator, Toastmaster Swati. Swati, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. So today our speaker, Dr. Stephen Bui, is attempting a speech from Motivational Strategies Pathway Level 3. It's an elective project, Inspire Your Audience. The purpose of the speech is to inspire audience, that is us. The goal of the speech is to leave us feeling energized, motivated by establishing a strong rapport with the audience. Toastmaster Stephen Bui, I welcome you to present your speech. His speech title is Inspire Your Audience. Toastmaster Stephen Bui, inspire your audience. All the best for your speech today.
Your health is your real wealth. Mahatma Gandhi. He who has health has hope. He who has hope has everything. Thomas Carlyle. These two wise men have something in common, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Toastmasters, Toastmaster, and honest guests. Both of these men recognize the importance of health. It is beyond financial success, status, or possessions. Health is the foundation upon all the other wealth is built. Now, tonight, my talk will include 3 sections. First, I will talk about example of how true wealth is our health. Secondly, I will explain the 3 pillars of physical health. And lastly, how do we start building our health from the ground up? First, see if you can think of an example of a famous wealthy person. Maybe their health is significantly affecting their wealth. Anybody can think of that? Can think of a person maybe throw out some names that you know.
Steve
that-
Jobs.
What's that? Steve Jobs.
Steve,
That's-
yeah.
Absolutely. And maybe we'll talk about Steve Jobs a little bit more as well. Anybody else? Okay, so maybe I'll talk first about Steve Jobs. And while I'm talking, think about yourself. Think about the people around you that you see, how their health is being affected, and how their true wealth is their health, and their true potential is coming from their health. Let's take the example of Steve Jobs. I don't know if too many people know about his health issues. Everybody knows about Steve Jobs and how successful he is of building Apple, the company. And he had built great success, great wealth, but he had suffered from health issues for years. He has cancer, and he sought out the best medical care money can buy all around the world. Talk about top doctors, talk about top therapists, talk about whatever money can buy. He has it, that he can buy it. Unfortunately, we lost Steve Jobs, one of the legendary founder of Apple. Another example of that I can think of is a famous singer. Actually, there's a lot of famous singers. This is an example of that, because these people really neglect their health. Anybody can throw out a famous singer that no longer with us, and you can see that they are like maybe the king of rock and roll. Anybody heard that? And how about Michael Jackson? Anybody know about his health issues? Well, let me share with you a little bit about that. Michael Jackson, despite his fame, his fortune, I mean, he could live a great life based on what he had built for himself. But what kind of life does he live? He suffered from chronic pain, unable to sleep, even though he's a great figure, and he inspired many, including myself. But his health did not inspire me. And I really wish upon him that he have had better health so that we can enjoy his gift that he's sharing with the world. So those are the two examples that our wealth really truly coming from our health. And so the next part I want to get into is what are the three pillars? And I want to make it easy for all of you. So I just focus on the physical health component. And this way you can understand and you can have take-home messages and something that you can take action on your own. So the three pillars of our physical health include nutrition, sleep and recovery, and physical activities. And I'm going to go over the first item, which is nutrition. We are what we eat. So having a healthy, balanced diet will help to build that foundation of our health. Now, really, my take-home message for all of you is to start thinking about just one thing. Among those three things that I mentioned about is to focus only one thing, because if you focus on all three things, you will not be successful in implementing changes that will improve your health, because you will be spreading yourself too thin. The second aspect is sleep and recovery. This is the part that is most people, including myself, neglect. Not getting enough sleep or not getting enough quality of sleep. And I will save this for another talk, another day, because this is a very important component. And lastly, physical activity. This has proven to show that physical activity improve blood flow, improve our mental health, improve our well-being. Neuroplasticity, how our brain changes just from physical exercise. So those are the things that I want to challenge you to take step to improve our health based on the 3 pillars of our physical health. That is the foundation of all other wealth that we're built on. So today, I want to challenge you, invite you to step into your health and start with one thing out of those 3 pillars and start improving your wealth from the ground up. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Pramod.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen. Thank you so much. 30 seconds for members and the guests to write a feedback to Dr. Stephen Bui. I was really captivated by the word hope. And you reminded me of a movie called Shawshank Redemption. How many of you have seen the movie Shawshank Redemption? You have seen that. Okay. It has 2 greatest contrasting quotes on the word hope, spread about by 60 minutes. In the first half, the character called Red says that hope is a dangerous thing. It can drive a man insane. In the second half, Andy says hope is a good thing. No good thing ever dies. Thanks for making my morning so beautiful with your speech, Dr. Stephen. Let me move on to I think 30 seconds is over. Let me move on to the topic of today's meeting. That's, I just want to share. Rajat, can you just enable me to share my screen?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me.
Make me co-host. No.
Actually,
I still believe you can do it.
actually, Guillermo is the host, and he might be do. James, are you there? Okay, 1 second.
Something more about belief. How many of you believe in homeopathic medicine? I know it's a controversial topic. If I say that homeopathic medicine is placebo, more people will come out from the screen and might grab my neck and saying that, no, it's not placebo, it's real thing. But research shows that this is not about homeopathy. Research shows that some doctors applied medicine on a set of, say, 100 patients. But actually, they haven't applied any medicine, but they told the patients that we have applied some medicine for the illness. You will be cured after 30 days or 45 days. And after 45 days, they again conducted the test on the same patients, and they found that 75% of the people have healed without getting any medicine, just by believing themselves that they got the real shot and they have been cured. If you look at religion, all religion says that you believe in yourself, you believe in your karma. Karma means your work. Believe in good things, and good things will happen to you. So that is the power of belief. I too believed that I could share my screen. Okay, it was a small presentation. James, are you there, James?
Yeah, can someone help me how to do this? Because I have never
Yeah,
Like,
make me co-host. Shihas,
yes, sir. Can you help me out here?
I was trying to do that. I think
Okay.
only host can do it. But if you have a presentation, you can just put it in this chat. I can share it quickly.
Yeah, thanks. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Just a minute. God. There it goes. Yes, Shihas, hope you got it.
Yes, I'm downloading it. Give me a second.
Okay. Now, what belief? The first thing is that our brain doesn't distinguish the actual thing and the thing that we image. Good example is when you imagine that you are tasting a lemon. Second page. Thanks, Stephen, for that comment. Yeah. So there are two different set of. I can't see. Yeah, there are two different set of beliefs. One is the fixed mindset and the second is the growth mindset. The fixed mindset thinks that you are limited and you can only do things up to this level. And growth mindset believes that you can do much more than what you want to do. So the importance of belief starts from there. If you really want to go from here to there, then what you need to do is you have to believe in yourself. How do you believe in yourself? In all beliefs, I have seen a picture of a monkey trying to attack a lion, saying that I believe in myself. It's just it appeared in some comics, but the reality is when you start believing, you have certain set of tools that will help you implement what you believe or what you try to be. You really need to have, and those tools are called, the first thing is habits. You have to form a habit of doing things. Like Stephen said, even health is also a matter of concern for many people. If you look at in YouTube and search for physical transformation of people from they were obese, they were 200 kgs or they have 300 kgs, they have reduced their weight by believing in themselves that they could do that and all, and gradually they have done that. So this is also science. At the same time, this is also habit. Can I get some example of somebody in this room who once thought that something was not possible from their side, then they started believing in themselves, they devised a tool for themselves, and they improved maybe health or communication. The Stephen is there. Please, Stephen, please go on, unmute and tell me what is that.
In my life, I never believed that I can even run a half marathon because I had struggled to run even 1 mile. I didn't think I could do it, but you know what? I said I had to try. And after I tried to sign up and train for a half marathon, now I'm doing ultra marathon, running 50 mile, which is and 50 Ks and all these crazy distance that I never believed that's possible in myself. But once I broke that barrier, then I know is my limiting belief is what limit me to achieve what I could achieve. So thank you for sharing these points, which I learned it the hard way. In later in life, that's when I learned these things. But the first half of my life is I have so many limiting beliefs. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anyone wants to share? Okay, two popular belief. Adults can't learn new language. We normally say that children, they pick up 5 languages at a time if they are below 10 years old. That's a myth. The first thing is you have to tell yourself that I can learn language, and definitely you can learn language. Second thing, smokers, if you speak to any of the smokers, they'll say that smoking is a habit that you can't quit. Even Mark Twain said, quitting smoking is easy. I've done it 50 times. That's also possible. Everything starts with believing. And there is a scientific evidence. I think the slide number 4 says more about scientific foundation of what we are talking about. Beliefs influence how our brain processes information. I told you about the lemon story. Imagine about tasting a lemon, you get the taste. Your brain doesn't differentiate whether it is an actual lemon or it is an imaginary lemon. And many things, we get feelings. That is also belief. When you think about something, the picture comes into your mind. It's also part of this ecosystem. That's why we say that the more your vocabulary, the more your communication skills, your belief and your dreams and your world will be so much elaborate. So communication has a role to play if you really want to believe in yourself, because it enhances your imagination. When you imagine good things, when you imagine bigger things, there is a high chance that these imaginations will become a set of beliefs first, and eventually they'll become part of your habit, then it will become part of your personality, then you implement all those things. So it is a step-by-step process. First, enhance your experience, then think about the positive things, try to do and repeat the same thing to your mind several times. Once it is part of your heart or your body or belief, it becomes your habit, then you implement it and follow it, then there you are. So that's how we promote belief or positive belief. It helps you identify your strength, your signature strength. It helps you create positivity, and also it helps you embrace a growth mindset, and which again will honor, which again strengthen this belief. With this, let us go to the next session of today's meeting. Next is table topic. I would request today's table topics master, Toastmaster Shihaz Baker. There is a slight change in the agenda. Shihaz, we can have TTM first, then we can go for evaluations. I would request.
Sure.
Are you ready, Shihaz?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Am I audible and visible?
Handing control back to you, Shihaz. You're audible and visible. Please. Rajat, you may spotlight Toastmaster Shihaz's TTM.
Perfect. Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Pramod is taking through a wonderful journey of believing, the magic of believing. And my Toastmaster TTM table topics is also in an extension to that. The universe loves a believer, and everything is possible if you believe. Mankind believed they can put a man on the moon, and they did it. We believed we can go and explore deeper space, and we have Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 exploring deep interstellar space. Mankind also believed they can build a weapon to wipe out the entire civilization. And unfortunately, I believe we have achieved that too. In short, if one has a vision and a strong belief, thing can be achieved. Here in table topics, we are here to master the art of communicating clearly when we are put in a spot. And I believe we can achieve that by practicing. So as part of our table topics today, every speaker will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk. At 1 minute, our timer will be showing a green card, yellow at 1.5, and at 2 minutes, you'll see a red card, and post that you have 30 seconds to wind up your thoughts. I'll be sharing few quotes from history, And I expect you to share your reflection with respect to those thoughts from various historical figures. So I'll just like to look for my first volunteer for the day today. Who would like to go ahead and volunteer yourself yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. The topic for you today is the purpose of life is to believe, to hope, and to strive. I repeat, the purpose of life is to believe, to hope, and to strive. Toastmaster Arvind.
Am I audible?
You are audible now, yes.
Thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters, our distinguished guests, that's a very nice question, very nice topic. The purpose of life is to believe, hope, and strive. Just like the theme or what our TMOD had shared, the power of believing. I believe that God created us to become successful in life. And that is why each and every one of us is given these skills, talents that will help us to become successful in our journey. Our first assignment is to find out that gift and the skills. Otherwise, we will not know who we are. We will find ourselves in the middle of our journey and lost. That is why I can relate. There are many people who are saying that I have a gift of speaking. Unfortunately, English is not my forte. I can only speak my native language, which is Filipino. But knowing the fact and believing that God has given me these skills of speaking, I learn to improve my English. I hope that God will guide me, believing that He will direct me to the right people. And luckily, I found Toastmasters where I can practice my English. And this is a safe venue. No one will criticize or bash me if my grammar is terrible. I strive. It's not that easy. I'm a human being. I'm afraid of committing mistakes. But I keep on doing the right thing. Practice, practice, practice until you become better. And until now, I wouldn't say that my skills are enough. I need to continue practicing my communication skills. That is why I believe that God created me with a purpose, and that is to help myself find my purpose and help other people find their purpose too. It's not that easy. I need to exert effort. I need to improve my English so that I can communicate well. I can say my point with clarity so that people will understand the message that I would like to impart with them. Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters. I know the reason why you are here is because you believe, you hope that someday you will become a big instrument of God to help other people. Let us strive, let us not give up, even though we experience the bitter end. Knowing our purpose is a great satisfaction. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. That was a knowledge-packed table topics. I would like to call upon our next volunteer, someone who has not got a chance to speak till now. Okay, I see Jackie on my screen. So Jackie, would you like to take up the next? Sure. So your
Yes.
topic is believe you can and you are halfway there. Believe you can and you are halfway there, Jackie.
If you believe that you can, guess what? You're halfway there. The battle starts in your mind. If your mind says that you can't do it, then you're starting from the ground. But if you believe you're halfway there, then the other half will follow you through to the end. Like someone said before, we might not know all the answers, but someone will give us the answers to get where we need to go and where we need to be. So if there is a problem and we do not have the solution, just believing that it will get resolved will give us a halfway to the end of the marathon to win the race of life. Okay, I think that's all I have. It's my first time doing this.
Trust me, you did great, and thank you for taking time. So it really the first step is to come ahead and talk. So that's what we are trying to do.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Ajay. Would you like to go next?
Sure.
Ajay, sure. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Your topic is faith is the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. This was shared by Dr. Martin Luther King. I'll repeat the topic. Faith is the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Ajay.
Thank you, everyone. Of course, be nervous. I've seen many people did a great job of speaking here. Yeah, faith is, I believe, is very important for the mankind. I have been always have that dilemma about, is faith really is religious, or is faith is something internal to someone? Because faith can be used and looked upon as something positive or negative, because it's also very related to belief. Faith and belief can go hand in hand, because if you don't believe in whatever you're believing, there is no faith, right? Because God, not everyone can believe in God, but you should have faith, and that allows you to explore things which you would not have. It can transcend into certain areas of thinking which you would not if you did not have faith. It can also help you in areas of despair, whether you are sad, whether you are faith supports you in need. Faith is where brings people together. A lot of people have religions is an example of faith, where a lot of people come together, which is very amazing to see, of people from different backgrounds, different geographical area, all come together and have faith in a particular area or a religion or God, which is amazing to see. And even within faith, you have different culture and different diversity. The faith actually enables that. So that's all I can think of right now. This is my first time doing here. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ajay. And you can keep on joining us as a guest. Did you make up a mind? Okay, so let's go ahead and look for my next volunteer. Anybody who would like to go take a stab next?
I want to take.
Okay, fair. Thank you, Rajat. Your topic is, you have to believe, otherwise it will never happen. You have to believe, otherwise it will never happen. Rajat.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sihas. And definitely, I agree with that. I have to believe, otherwise it will never happen. Because I remember a time when my weight increased from like 60 kg to 70 kg. Within a span of like 6 or 7 months. At that time, I decided to reduce my weight. But when I started this kind of transformation journey, I was on the treadmill and was thinking that I have to run at least 30 minutes. But after 5 minutes, what will happen? I start feeling tired, and and would think of leaving the treadmill and go out of the gym, just thinking that I've done enough. But I knew that 30 minutes is the minimum criteria that I had to do. Otherwise, there will never be a weight reduction. So at that time, what I used to do is that to keep my mind engaged and keep my mind away from leaving the treadmill, I used to count numbers in reverse order at that time, like 100, 99, and I had to switch them continuously so that I can divert my mind from thinking that I've done enough, I've done enough. And when I start doing this, the thing seems became very easy for me to continue follow. So definitely that is the thing that uh, we have to believe that we must have faith what we want to achieve, but in the meantime we need some kind of distraction or some kind of second engagement so that we do not very tightly engaged with the outcome itself that we want to achieve. So definitely that is my take on belief is very necessary to achieve something. Over to you, Toastmaster Siya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajat, and thank you for sharing the tip for diverting your mind, counting in reverse. I'd like to call upon our last volunteer for today. Yeah, I see Toastmaster Suvidha has raised her hand. Toastmaster Suvidha, your topic is success is most often achieved by those who do not know that failure is inevitable. I repeat, success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. Toastmaster Suvidha.
Sometimes when we work on something, we think about things in two dichotomies. We think about them in things in a dichotomy of success and failure. Because we are aware that if I succeed, A is going to be the set of consequences. And if I fail, B is going to be a set of consequences. But what if I don't even know that there is a chance of me failing this, or the consequences of what's going to happen? And instead of thinking about how I'm going to mess up things, how everything's going to go wrong, I can just think about working and doing my best. And who knows? Because I may just end up knocking the ball out of the ballpark. And that's why we can say that success is achieved by those who don't know failure is inevitable. Because when you keep hearing that you are going to fail, no matter what you do, you're going to fail. You are going to, at some point, everything's going to go wrong. The odds are against me. But when you shut those out, those thoughts out, all you can think of is this is going to be fine, and that's how you that is why we can say success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suvidha. Thank you for sharing your thoughts there. So we are at the end of this particular session. As I'm also the VP membership of our club, if you guys would like to join us or need more information about our club, please share your number with me. I will add you guys to our guest WhatsApp group where you will be hearing more about our upcoming meetings. With that, I'd like to hand over control back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pramod. Toastmaster Pramod, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shihas. Thank you so much. All the topics were in alliance with today's theme. And it's time for me to conclude what we were talking about. We talked about positive belief, we talked about negative beliefs, and now let me just conclude by giving how to create a positive belief. I've identified 5 things that you can do and you can create positive beliefs. It's not easy to create a positive belief system, but with practice, definitely you can do that. Create a positive belief system, you can follow these 5 steps. Step number 1, self-awareness. Identify and acknowledge your current beliefs. Reflect on which belief serves you and which one hold you back. How do you do that? The only answer is meditation. Self-awareness can be created through meditation. Whatever religion you believe or you don't believe in religion at all, but you sit somewhere for 10-15 minutes every day, listen to music, gradually bring the awareness into yourself, your breath, or something else. If you can do that for 15 days, 10 days, then you will also find a slight changes within you. That is the beginning of self-awareness. There are more. If you want to learn more about it, search self-awareness. Follow Sharon Salzberg, John Sabatkin, Tara Brach, Deepak Chopra, or anybody. You'll understand what is mindful meditation. Even if you eat, practice mindfulness. Eat with your hands, taste the food, smell the food, live in the present moment, and create self-awareness. That's the first step for creating a positive belief system. Second is challenge negative beliefs. Somebody talked about challenging the negative beliefs during the table topic session. It's absolutely fine. You need to ask good questions to yourself. That is called reflective conversation. So somebody said, oh, I had a very bad day. Then the other person responded by saying that, how did you allow that to happen? How did you allow that bad day to happen? You have to ask good question to yourself. Asking good question is the best way to keep negative things or beliefs away from you. Third is positive affirmation. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmation. Regularly affirm beliefs that empower you. Even if they don't feel true initially, after some time, you start believing these thoughts, and finally, it will become true for yourself. That is the power of positive affirmation. There are immense amount of literature available for this thing. And the fourth thing is, like Shiha said, join in Toastmasters and surround yourself with positive people. If you can surround yourself with positivity, positive people, and they tell you that you can do that, I vouch you, your life will be much more beautiful. And you don't have to search for a group of positive people. It is readily available here. It's a ready-made thing. Come here and embrace the positivity. At least we assure you once in a week, you will be among the positive people in this world. The final one is take consistent actions. So any actions, even the great Usain Bolt, when he was asked about winning the Olympics, he said a single word. It is relentless repeatability. That's what he said. It is relentless repeatability. If you do something repeatedly, if you relentlessly follow something, then you'll become master in it. Even the great Bruce Lee, he said, I am not afraid of a person who knows 10,000 kicks, but I am afraid of a person who practices a single kick 10,000 times. So that is the power of relentless repeatability. So these are the 5 steps that you can follow. I told you already, I'm just a facilitator in these meetings. It's not a session on positive belief, but I hope I could give you some snippets about creating a powerful positive belief system. Now we are entering the last session of today's meeting, that is evaluations. We have 2 excellent evaluators. The speech delivered by Vandana Deshpande will be evaluated by our club president and timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Catherine Opondo. But before that, I just want to confirm who is timing Catherine. Rajat, could you do that? Rajat Shihas, anybody? Okay, Rajat is willing to do that. Okay, over to you, Catherine.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramod. Can you hear me?
You are visible and audible.
Okay, thank you. Toastmaster Vandana, congratulations on going through your speech that was affected by technical difficulties. Your title was a catching title. We were looking forward to hearing what you had to tell us. If life hands you lemons. Your speech was 5 to 7 minutes, but because of the technical difficulties, as your timer as well as evaluator, you received grace period to continue giving your speech. One of the things I enjoyed about your speech is that you stood. Standing gives us an impression that this is a very serious speech that we have to listen to. So you had us by just standing. And as you spoke, you introduced us to certain things that you love, 2 specific things. That was already a hook. I have 2 preoccupations that I love, that is traveling and preparing to travel. Right now, everybody wanted to hear you. What is she going to say? That was a hook. Then you went ahead to tell us the stresses that you go through as you pack, how you have to struggle to follow through and keep track of itineraries. And then you pulled out a prop, the tote bag or the bag that you showed us. That was already something that already took our attention. You told us what you put in that bag, the essentials that you put in. But one of the things that marked your speech was a big thing that awakened us, and that is medicines and prescriptions. We all loved to hear what you had to say about your speech. Because of the technical difficulties, I missed some of the words that you were saying, but I could tell that you were talking about how important, without this medicine, your trip became a disaster. And then you went ahead to also describe that if you don't prepare well, you might actually encounter certain difficulties like loss of baggage or delayed baggage. There's one thing you mentioned, the golden rule is travel with your medicines and prescriptions. I cannot forget that bandana because you placed it very well. Your speech was well paced. You were very clear. We could see the mouth move. We could hear the sound. Everything was clear except for the technical difficulties in your delivery. What would I have worked on, bandana? Towards the end of your speech, you asked us if we are traveling and what you would like us. You gave us a call to action. You told us just like medicines and prescriptions, you also asked us to carry love, gratitude. It should also come with us on our trips. What I would have worked on, first of all, is to ensure that your technical system is clear, or maybe choose to take off the, after we've seen you take off the video so that we can follow through your speech uninterrupted. I would also have spent some time weaving the message between medicine and prescriptions with love and gratitude, because there was a thread between those two in the content. Other than this, I think that bandana, your speech is one we would love to hear once again at Toastmasters for Professionals. If you have an opportunity to do it and give it to us with a very clear system, we would love to hear more of it. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Fantastic job, Toastmaster Catherine. Fantastic job. I'm sure that Toastmaster Vandana must have liked it. And it is customary for all of us, all of members and guests, to share a beautiful photo of our meeting in their respective WhatsApp status. Just to do that, I would request everybody to switch on their camera so that Rajat can take a photograph. And I'm sure that you would be sharing these photos in your WhatsApp DPs and make our club popular among all the speaking communities in the world. Yeah, Lucky, Suvidha, Hardik, Dashrath, I would request you to switch on your video wherever you are. Yes, thank you. Guillermo, James, Dashrath, if you could, that would be great. Okay, let's.
Sir, next meeting onwards, I'll do that.
Okay, you
Thank
do the
you.
makeup, you do the rehearsal, you'll do in the next meeting. Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Let's take the photo
you.
and smile. Done.
Yeah, the customary photograph is done. Now let's move on to the second evaluation. Second evaluation is a software engineer by profession. He is from India but settled in US. A very proficient speaker and ambitious yoga artist, I would say, yoga practitioner, whatever. With a huge round of applause, let me welcome Toastmaster Swati Venkatraman. Over to you, Swati.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Pramod, for a very warm introduction. Stephen Bui, first I want to commend you for choosing such an important and relevant topic. Step into health and step into wealth. It's totally relevant for today's life. And your speech really gave us invaluable insights onto both, like healthy life and wealthy life. You provided a clear connection between health and wealth. The way you started off the speech by quoting phrases of Mahatma Gandhi was really gripping. The speech started like, oh, he's telling me something. I really have to listen to the speech. That's how it was. The phrases, the start was amazing. The start, body, and the conclusion was totally perfect. Your pace and camera placing was also good. Vocal vocabulary was amazing. I could find the lows, highs of in your voice modulation. It was perfect. The examples you provided of Steve Jobs, Michael Jackson really made every one of us think, yeah, they are billionaires. I'm not a CEO. I go out scared for a moment. If Steve Jobs couldn't get his life, then really I have to do some actions. Otherwise, it's really hard for me. So those examples triggered. But as soon as that triggered, I got scared, like, what should I do now? How should I take care of my health? But you also gave me 3 tips, 3 simple tips, that is diet, physical activity, nutrition, sleep, and physical activities, which sounded like okay, but next moment I started thinking, oh my God, I have to go monitor my diet. Am I having all nutritions properly? Am I sleeping properly? But the next minute I was like, sleep, this is something easy to start with. Let me start thinking if I'm sleeping properly for 8 hours, adequate sleep. So that would be my first step, easy to start. I don't want to overwhelm by checking physical activities or nutrition. So the tips was really easy. One thing I would like you to engage the audience more, you could have asked us questions like, how many of you all follow balanced diet? Or how many of you all track your sleep in smartwatch? Or maybe the calories burnt or steps taken in a day in smartwatch. It would have been a little more interactive. Other than that, you said as the negative side, like how Steve Jobs, Michael Jackson's couldn't save their lives with so much of wealth. But you could have also told 1 or 2 positive examples where few people focused on their health and they became more productive, or they had fewer medical expenses, or something on the positive side as well. Your call to action, encouraging us to take small steps, was really simple and yet very powerful. I think you motivated us all enough. You made our day. Everybody started thinking, I guess, like, yeah, we have to take some strict actions to manage our health. I know it's year end, like September, almost year end. We need not wait for January to take up these resolutions. Yeah, Toastmaster Stephen, keep delivering speeches like this and inspire us along the way. Well done. And this is my first time doing an evaluation job. Thank you for the opportunity, Toastmaster Club.
Thank you, Swati. You did an evaluation and also a speech along with evaluation. Thank you so much for that. It was wonderful, really wonderful. And I think I have to rush through the remaining agenda of the meeting. Let me just call upon our quick timers report, Catherine, if it is available.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pramod, for our prepared speakers. Toastmaster Bandana was 7 minutes, 10 seconds. Toastmaster Dr. Stephen Bui, 7 minutes and 25 seconds. Our table topic speakers, Toastmaster Arvind was 3 minutes. Guest Ajay 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Rajat, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Suvida, 2 minutes. And for evaluations, Toastmaster Swathi, 3 minutes, 30 seconds, and myself, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. I still have some work to do. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Catherine. One thing which I forgot to mention in the beginning of the meeting and kept as a secret was we had a grammarian in this meeting. And Toastmaster Rajat was doing the job of grammarian. I would request Toastmaster Rajat to come forward and present his grammarian report.
Thank you, DTM Promote, but I think it was secret for me as well. But I wanted to give word of the day, but never mind. And I think we all did well, and I did not specifically recognize anything to mention that. So I'll pass this opportunity for today over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you all. I really enjoyed this meeting. And before saying thank you, let me invite the presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Shihaz Baker, for his closing remarks. Over to you, Toastmaster Shihaz.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pramod. Thank you all for staying with us. And I hope that at least you have 1 or 2 points that you all can take back in your person and try to implement in your personal life, be it on your communication, developing a communication leadership skill, or working on your health and wellness, because the topic was very much towards that and the speeches were too. Since we are nearly at the top of the hours, I'd just like to quickly invite our guests, both visiting and visiting Toastmaster or guests as such who are not part of Toastmaster fraternity, to come forward and share their feedback so that we can do a better job the next time. Any visiting guests, Toastmasters would like to share their thoughts? Yes, Jackie, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Hardik. So
yes, Hardik.
It was good meeting. It was full of learning. The theme was awesome. That is power of belief, and both speaker and especially Dr. Stephen. They have explained about the 3 important points to take care to create good health as well, along with wealth. That is good nutrition, good sleep, and physical activities. So it was a good learning for me. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Hardik, for sharing your thoughts, and do keep joining us. We have a WhatsApp group, so please DM me your number. I will get you added to that. So I have Suvida and Jackie here. Please go ahead, unmute yourself and share your thoughts.
Yeah, Jackie here. So this is my second meeting. I had one this afternoon with a group from Alabama, United States. And I have to say this group blew me away. I'm more aligned and connected with an international group than my own country because it was so positive. It was so, it incorporated business as well as metaphysical and NLP, and neuro-linguistic programming and other aspects and attributes that wouldn't normally be so focused on. It was way more positive. The word of the day in the other meeting was, it was like a legal negative term, and everybody was talking about it. It was like, so I enjoy better positivity and meetings surrounded about growth and bringing yourself up as opposed to anything that's not, because we already have enough of that in the world and in our day. Thank you. And I have to go.
Thank you, Jackie. You can continue visiting us as a guest, and whenever you have, if you have any questions, do let me know, and we are here to help you with respect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jackie.
Have a great night. Oh, it's nighttime where I am. Okay, bye.
Okay, Suvida, let's hear you out.
I felt that the topics that were there, particularly the table topics, they were quite challenging. Like you had to actually think about those topics because they were like very they were, how do I put it? Like they were a bit abstract. Like you had to actually think about what exactly goes into this. I felt like that was actually today was a very challenging yet stimulating meeting. Like not only there were tips given for a better lifestyle and self-improvement, but so I felt that this actually pushes you to today's meeting actually pushed me to think about my topic, because usually whenever I go for a table topic, I just end up speaking off the bat. So actually found it very interesting, and I hope to join again.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. Okay. Ajay, would you like to share something, as this is your first Toastmaster meet?
Yeah, actually, this is my first Toastmaster meeting in my life. So I didn't come with any expectation. I just wanted to see and see if it's kind of really going to be helpful. But I think I was very surprised. I agree with other guests that it was kind of very engaging. The topics were great. I thought, okay, it was 2 hours. I need to be here, but I didn't feel like I spent an hour and a half here, because it was very well organized. The topics, as well as the opportunity for the guests on the spot to be able to talk about something which is not something you always think about in your day-to-day life, which was great. So overall, it has taught me about trying it again to come back and be part of this. So there's a question: is it meeting twice every other Tuesdays or every Tuesday? I was not sure.
It's every second and fourth. So we meet 2 times in a month.
Okay, got it. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Do join us as a guest. Did you make a decision? Okay, so before I go ahead and close the meet, is there any other closing remark from anyone? Fair enough. Since it is in Asia, it's morning time, everyone needs to get back to their job. So I'll just use this opportunity to thank you all. Have a good rest of your day or good rest of your night, and we will catch up next time. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.